Hello, thank you for joining me today. You're watching Esther from Stampin' Star Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm going to show you all the swaps and gifts that I've made for onstage. And before I get to the swaps part, I'm just going to show you what I'm using and what I've made. So we're using the So Eclectic and Pick a Pennant stamp set. And the three colours, nice bright spring-like colours, Flirty Flamingo, lovely lipstick and soft sea foam. So the table gifts, I've gone ahead and wrapped up some bath bombs using some DSP, and then I've covered it with some cellophane, used our tulle ribbon and done a little tag on there, and I managed to pick up these little silver stars they're actually Christmas decorations, but I thought they just leave a really nice accent on the packaging. And then these are some room gifts for my upline and another team member we're sharing a room with. So they're going to get the box with the tea lights inside, and I've got a video to this if you want to watch how I made that. And a little box with some jewellery in. And I've also done this for a few other Stampin' Up friends as well, some personalised coasters. So I made a matching box to go with that. Okay. Now this is not my original idea, I have seen this online. I think I might have seen it from Sam of Pootles. When I'm doing my swaps, I thought I just want to knock something out in bulk. So I'm using a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I'm just going to show you what I'm making. It's these lovely little triangular boxes. Now you might be able to hear the rattle inside, and my inspiration came from these cute little popping candy sweets that I found in a shop, and I'm so pleased that I found these little things. Although the style is in a sour cream pouch, gave me the idea to make these boxes for my swaps. So I'm using, as I said, a 12 by 12 sheet of Whisper White cardstock. I've scored this at a few points on my card so that when I come to stamp it I know whereabouts I need to put my stamping. So I've scored it at 3, 6 and 9 inches. So I've done a light score line down the centre, so that's my cutting line, and then these slightly more dense embossing marks on the two sides. The first stamp we're going in with is our flower stamp, and we're using Flirty Flamingo. Now I've marked my stamp there so that when I come to do the second impression I know roughly where the flower will sit to go on top of this one. So I'm going to stamp twice using up the ink on my stamp, and we're going slightly up and down across that line, and then you want to do the same obviously on both sides. Next we're going to go in with lovely lipstick, and we're using the outline stamp to go on top of the flowers. Like I said, I've marked this one as well, so I know roughly where it sits. Same again, we're stamping, doing second generation stamping, so stamping once and then twice on the next image. We're going to bring in soft sea foam. Now I've had to re-ink this because I've used it so much. Such a pretty pale green colour. So just filling in some of those gaps along where the flowers are. And again, stamping twice. Once you've done that, you can turn your page and then just stamp in the opposite direction. Because the boxes have been folded in half, you want to see the pattern from both sides. Next we're going to go in with the Pennant stamp. We're going to create some bunting along the edge. Now just be careful with this that you are stamping the right area. So I'm going to come down to what will be my next lot of boxes, you do have to come down a little bit lower because you want to avoid any lines crossing the line, as it were, with your stamping. Any lines from the stamp going across that crease. Okay, and then turn that round and then you can do the other side. I'm bringing back Lovely Lipstick, and then we're just going to fill some of the gaps in between the pale pink flowers, and this time stamping 3 times. Now you might have noticed I've not been overly precise as to where my stamping goes, because it's on packaging and this is going to be chopped up. There's a lot that doesn't get noticed. Because my business name is Stampin' Star Creations, I do like to add a star somewhere in the project. So this is from the Pennant stamp set, and I'm going in with the little star and just doing a border of the stars across the page. Again, not being too precise where I put my stamping. I'm just going to go back over my score lines and then chop the 6-inch mark. If you've got your 2 pieces, you can start chopping these down at 3 inches. In fact, you can layer these up and chop them. You can get 8 out of a 12 by 12 sheet. Now, after you've cut them out, we need to add some creases in this. So to do this, I found the easiest way is to, I'm going to just zoom you in and so you can see what I'm doing. If you position your paper to 1.5 inches, I'm going to just let the cutting blade touch the top of that paper, so it puts in a teeny tiny nick. It'll be unnoticeable once it's all put together. And then with my scoring blade down at the bottom half, again I'm just going to give it a little crease. So the top half has got a nick and the bottom half has got a little crease. Then you want to turn your paper onto your trimmer so that that little nick is in the middle groove of the cutting part of your trimmer, and so that the other end matches the middle crease as well. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying by seeing it. And then again turning it ever so slightly to match the middle crease to the other crease that you've made. And then we're going to do that on both sides, and this creates that triangular shape. After you've done all your scoring, you want to fold and burnish the creases. And then, as you can see, this will now fold up together. Just going to use our handheld hole punch to hold 2 sides together and then just eyeball roughly where the middle is, and then punch holes through those sides, and then do the same on the other side. I'm using the matching Lovely Lipstick Grosgrain ribbon and cutting it at about 8 inches. And then you can feed this through your box, she says. Help if I cut it at an angle. Okay, so going from the outside flap of the box, then on the outside of the other flap, and then going from the inside on the other side, and again on the inside to close your box. Don't forget to put your treats inside, and if you are swapping it on stage, I've got my information to go in as well. It's really useful to know what stamp sets are used, what colours, and to have recognition of your name in it and things like that, so please don't forget to do that if you are swapping it on stage. And there's our little triangular boxes. So I've got about 50 odd of these to make now. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. Do let me know if you've swapped with me at onstage, or if you are hoping to swap with me at onstage. And I hope you have a great time when you go. Do give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you very much. Have a good day.